Your results come from the actions you take, and your actions are directed by the decisions you are making in each and every moment. But how do you guide yourself to make better decisions? Your mindset, your personal identity, and your beliefs. These are the three things that guides your decisions in each and every moment of your life. To be more practical and realistic, you can ask some of these questions to yourself and take massive actions to realign them with your current goals. Hi, I'm CA Piyush Bansal. I help entrepreneurs optimize their business and life. Let's jump to the main concept. In this video, I'll be talking about what are the mindsets, what are the questions that you can ask as a practice each and every day at the starting of your day, and make a note around it so that you are creating a consistent habit of getting more clarity of yourself in order to become that person who or whom achieving the goals that you want to achieve a piece of cake. And for that to happen, it is a very good system that you can create for yourself to review and make a note of how and when your mindsets, possible identity and beliefs are changing or required to be changed. So let's jump to these questions. I have this note-making application called Notion, wherein I have just documented these questions, and below these I have created a database of all the notes that I am taking on day-to-day basis regarding these questions, and I just keep updating it as and when I require and where I get in feedback and update on it. So let's take one question at a time. So the first section is about the mindset. In the mindset, the first question you ask is, what is possible? As an individual, we need to expand our possibilities. The moment we limit our possibility and think that this is only real possibility that can achieve, and something bigger it's just out of the question, then it becomes very unrealistic. Like for example, if you are just an entrepreneur with one branch in a specific city, you can create a bigger possibility of having a region-wide retail outlet or even a national level retail outlets. And you can create this possibility only when you have that frame of mind. Your mindset is big enough to think of these and perceive of this possibility. So it's very much required that we keep asking this question, what is possible? And keep expanding it to an extent where it becomes uncomfortable yet challenging. And once that happens, you ask this question of what choices can you make to achieve what is possible. Now, in order to achieve what is possible, you need to make certain choices and you need to bring conscious process into place over here. Rather than unconsciously deciding what needs to be done, now you are consciously putting your brain and asking this question, saying what are the choices, what are the lifestyle changes, what are the decisions, what are the hirings, or what are the sales figures that you need to have to be able to achieve such possibility. And once you identify those choices, you start putting them into action. And that is how you get a bigger clarity in terms of what is the possibility that I can achieve, which is challenging yet inspiring, and what are the choices will I have to take to make this happen. And then you quickly make a note of it at a given moment of time. Now, a quick tip over here, you need not go into all these questions every day. At a given point of time, you can just take either or all of the questions depending on the time you have and the mindset and the mental capacity you have at a given day. So the second section will talk about personal identity. So now it is really important to achieve a state of optimal default behavior. Under optimal default behavior, a person it is very easy for a person to achieve a specific goal or a skill or habit. So in order to do that, you will have to become that kind of person for whom achieving a specific goal is a piece of cake. And for that to happen, you can have this review system in place on a regular basis. And you can ask yourself this question: what kind of person do I need to be to achieve certain goals? Like, for example, what kind of person I need to be to be a healthy person? And for that, you can then ask what are the action steps that you can take to affirm these identities. Like, for example, in order to have an identity of a healthy person, the certain actions could be going to gym, going for a walk, eating dinner before 8 o'clock, selecting a salad over a junk food. So whenever you are making these choices and whenever you are taking these actions, it affirms into your identity at a more deeper level. The moment you have this clarity of what is the kind of person you need to be and what are the actions that you have to take, what are the choices that you have to take, then you start moving towards that momentum and you create an identity of that person for whom being healthy, being regular to exercise is a piece of cake. And so it takes very little effort for that person to really lose a weight or to build a body or to be even healthier and away from diseases. So that is what is required to do in order to create a personal identity that matches or aligns with your goals and skills. Then comes the third section where we talk about beliefs. Now, in our regular day, there are some kind of beliefs who are every time in conflict with others, and which really makes it confusing for us to make actions around it. Like, for example, personally, when I talk about myself, earning money was bad thing for me. So there was this belief system which told me that money is a bad thing, and it was continuously in a conflict for me to achieve better goals or to grow my business and personal life in that context. But the moment I identified what are these beliefs that were in conflict with my person that I want to be, the person who is more successful, then I figured out how can I expand these beliefs. And then I asked myself this question in terms of how can I expand these conflicting beliefs to be more closer to the reality? Is this what belief that I'm talking about, is it real or is it realistic? Then I figure it out. There are people who are making money and still they are doing so many prosperities. They're doing so many good deeds for them. And on a similar case, there could be certain people who are misusing that money. So it is a choice that we make. Earning money amplifies our ability to create possibilities and prosperity, or to create conflicts and damages in it. So the moment I expanded upon this belief system, about this conflicting belief system of money is a bad thing, I was able to grow over it. And in the similar grounds, if you keep making note of all these conflicting belief systems that are happening in your life and just review them and expand it to in terms of the reality, you will be able to overcome those belief systems and be able to achieve whatever you want to accomplish in your life. So these are the three sections which you can use for reviewing and being more realistic and practical. If you're liking such kind of videos that helps you optimize your business and life, you can sign up to a newsletter by clicking on the link in the description below, and you will get one video each week directly to your mailbox along with a free resource. So to conclude this video, we convince ourselves to be right and resist the reality while ignoring the consequences. And that is why most of the people blame either situation or other people for these consequences that they are going through. In order to avoid such a situation, you need to keep working on your mindset, personal identity, and beliefs so that you achieve an optimal default position where achieving your goals it becomes a piece of cake. And by just keeping a note of it each and every day, you get a more clarity around it. If you have any questions around it, feel free to ask and put comment below.